Okay, folks, I'm going to show you some awesome stuff with Sportsbox. So as an instructor, I love to help my students understand their golf swing, and knowing what great golfers do, Sportsbox really helps us tell the story. So we're going to go in here and work on some different things to help tell the story of a few of our different golfers. So we have a lot of check marks and a lot of chaos, it looks like, going on here. And it can feel a little bit overwhelming at the beginning for sure, but all of these measurements are going to help us tell the story between two pretty serious speed guys, Jon Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau. So again, we go back to address position. Looks a little bit less chaotic, right? We're going to go ahead to club parallel. Then we're going to bring it approaching the top of our golf swing. All right. At this point in time, I want you to guess who is who. You're correct. Left, Jon Rahm. Right, Bryson DeChambeau. Pretty easy one. Starting down in their downswing, club parallel to the ground, coming into impact, release, and finally the follow through. All right, so looks pretty chaotic, doesn't it? However, the beauty of each and every one of these is we're going to get a little bit of a better understanding of how the body is moving in space with great players like this. So the dowels that are on the shoulders, hips, and knees, I love those because it's really helping you understand as a golfer how the body is moving in relationship to the lower body, upper body, and the rotation. So Sportsbox will give you the ability to come in here and get all of this different information. You can edit it and adjust it and do whatever you want to do. So you can go in here at this point in time, like I could go ahead and click on a couple of these different measurements for hip turn and shoulder turn and things of that nature. But to make it a little bit more interesting, they also have these different gain factors. So without getting too much into detail on those, visually, I just want you to see the difference between the hand paths and the club head paths, which we put on there. And then I want you to see the difference between the dowels, which is how the knees and hips are opening in regards to the shoulders or chest. And then notice this little orange wedge that we have in between the lead arm and the shaft, right? So we're going to go ahead back here as we start our downswing, all right? Okay, so here's our backswing number. Here we go. Now we're starting to see more of that orange wedge, right? But it is going to by far be the biggest wedge when we get left arm parallel in the downswing, right? Left arm parallel in the downswing. And again, the shaft angle DAH is going to give us that representation. In both these golfers, there's 9 degrees of difference when they get to this point in their golf swing. They do it a lot of different ways, but that angle right there is a big one, right? So shaft on, if we just see shaft face on angle when the lead arm is horizontal in the downswing, right, which is where we are right here, shaft angle arm parallel. So that is giving us that measurement that so many of us talk about, right? So many amateurs try to get to that angle early in their golf swing too. Let's take a time out and note, hey, guess what? That angle is not happening at the beginning. That is a result of several different factors, which we won't go into in this video, but you can see the difference here of lead arm parallel in the downswing and lead arm parallel in the backswing, and that angle that is extremely different, right? The cool thing about Sportsbox, we just go back and forth between these, toggle back and forth, which is kind of fun, right? All right, so now it's going to start to get a little bit more chaotic, but notice how these dowels in both of these golfers, even though they have very different golf swings, as they're coming into impact position and that shaft is beginning to be more parallel to the ground, a lot of similarities here. Look at the dowels and the knees, hips, and shoulders, right? Look at the difference between center of pelvis and the center of the head, right? And now as we get into impact, right, A lot of similarities here, right? Similar crescent moon shapes. Maybe it's a little bit smoother on the right side with Bryson, a little bit more chaotic on the left side with Rahm, but similar swing patterns, right? All right, and now let's watch as we get into the release mode. Notice the difference between the head versus the pelvis. Notice the difference of those dowels and those shoulders, right? So great golfers, they definitely, their heads acts as more of a counterweight for their hands as they clear through impact position. And now let's see if they keep their head on the ball the whole time. Nope, actually their head does have to come up. So there is a point in time where you stop looking at the ball, golfers. So keeping your head down could be crushing your athletic momentum through impact position. Did their head stay back? Yes. Did it work down from the top? Yes. Does it stay there forever? No. So, Sportsbox technology doing amazing things, and this is just a fun video to illustrate how we can use a lot of this new technology to communicate the story of what great golfers do in their golf swing. For more information, you got to check out our YouTube page and subscribe at Golf Gym. We're going to be continuing to unload a lot of these great videos showing you how we're helping students improve their golf games through this great technology and through the training protocol on the back end. So stay tuned for more great stuff.